Hi guys, I've just come down, I've had my shave, I've done my makeup. My partner's still in bed. We did get to bed late last night. There you go. It was way gone 12 o'clock by the time we got to bed. And you know I get up at 5. I just wake up at 5 anyway, so I got up and I've done my usual. So I'm going to try and keep myself busy. I need to strip the bed to do the bedding, but I can't do that until my partner gets up. So I'm a bit stuck on that one at the moment. No big deal though. There's no rush. I'd just like to get it done. Get it on the line as quick as I can. I've got the washing up to do, which is the washing up left from yesterday. So I'm going to do that now. Then I have boiled the kettle up, so I'm going to have another tea break. That'll be the third tea break. The boys are asleep. I knew they would be. It's just too hot for them. It's going to be a cracking day. I'm not sure if I'm going to go and see Peter this afternoon. I was going to go and see him, but I think it's just going to be too hot, because I know what happens when I go up to the home where he's kept. All the residents just go to bed. They go to sleep. It's so hot, and Peter will be the same. He'll be either asleep in his chair or he'll be on his bed because it's too hot. I'm half expecting him to call me. But if he doesn't call me, I'll possibly message him and say that I won't come up today, and then he can just go to sleep, because it's just going to be too hot. I don't think anybody's going to be doing a lot today. If you've got the choice, that's fantastic. Right, let me grab the gloves. Still nice and cool at the back of the house. The front of the house is quite hot. I've got all the curtains shut. The windows are still open. I've left the back door open. The boys are asleep in the doggy day room. They're not moving. It's too hot. If they get off the settee, they start panting. It's that hot here. So yeah, it's going to be another really nice day. I'm pleased I'm not at work. They were working yesterday. I know a lot of the techs were going into work to do overtime. I'm pleased they didn't ask me, because I'd have said no anyway. But I'm just pleased they didn't ask me. The problem is that as well, if I do that, it's a long way to go just to do overtime, because there's a 2.5 hour waste of, or it's a 2.5 hour travelling time just to do a day's work, and I just don't fancy doing it. And they'd have probably only done a half day anyway. They wouldn't have done a full day. It just ruins it, wrecks your weekend. And I'd much rather have the time off than the money, to tell you the truth. I'm not boo-hooing money, I'm just saying that there's more things to life than money. Right, if I do the cutlery next, I've got them all lined up ready. I've still got to do the slow cook, which is behind me on the side. I had some chicken cooked in that the other day, and I left the juices in there, which I then thickened last night for the boys with some gravy granules and some hot water. And I poured that in on their biscuits with their meat, and they loved it, absolutely loved it. So I've still got to clean that out. I soaked it, filled it full of boiling water and washing up liquid, and that's still to be done. So I'm going to do that today as well and get that done, so it's all done. And we can start again, start afresh. When I went and saw my parents yesterday, I went to pick my parents up, and my dad's had his drive done. Now I looked at his drive and I thought, that's not what I'd class as a resin drive. So I knocked on his door and had a chat, and I said, I thought you were getting a resin drive. And he said, it is a resin drive. And I thought, well, it's nothing like a resin drive that I was thinking it was going to be. But I didn't say that to him. And what it looks like to me, it looks like a concrete drive which has had a pattern embossed into it. Like they put a pattern print on top, and you I don't know if you roll it down or you stomp it down, and it puts a kind of pattern of bricks in it. That's what it looks like to me. Looks very good, but then they've sealed the surface and it looks quite glossy. Looks almost sticky at the moment, almost like they've varnished it. That might be the resin, I don't know, but it's not what I'd class as a resin drive. But my dad's happy with it, which is fine. He said it's just nice to get everything back to normal again. So yeah, if that's what he wanted, that's fine. He was moaning that they've damaged the grass either side of the drive, but that will come back in time. especially if we get a bit of rain. He'd probably be out there watering it or something like that. I think he's toying with the idea of buying some turfs and putting some turfs down to repair it. But you'll have to keep watering those anyway, because otherwise they just dry out and curl. So I think it'd be better off just sowing some more grass seed on and just getting a sprinkler on it and just letting it sort itself out. But then it's up to my dad what he does with that one. I certainly won't be doing too much in the garden today. It's too hot out there. I might be sitting out there in the shade, because I have got a tree. Next door neighbour's got a big tree which puts shade into my garden, and I can move my table and chairs around to chase the shade. So that's probably going to be the best thing to do today. And you do get quite a nice breeze, although it might be a bit more tropical this afternoon, but it is quite nice at the moment. Let's get this done. So I think I did pretty well on my steps. I haven't looked, but I've probably got about 6,000 steps on my phone from the walk this morning, so that should be pretty good. I haven't checked, but it's got to be somewhere around there. So I might get a few more steps done later. I might even go out for a walk in the evening if it cools down this evening, which I hope it does. It might be pleasant to go out for an evening walk. Not with the boys, just with my partner. Just go for a nice walk, maybe down to the Lavenham railway line or round the village, something like that. I'm not sure yet. Maybe even go over to Bury, do the Abbey Gardens. That would be quite a nice one. Yeah, we'll have to see where we go. Watch this space. So I counted my skirts this morning because I was in the back bedroom getting myself ready for this morning, and I had the wardrobe door open. I thought, oh, how many skirts have I got? I thought I had about 50. I've got 41 skirts, so not quite too bad. I haven't counted the dresses yet because the dresses are in the back wardrobe and in the main bedroom. So we'll have to see how many I've got. I did buy the dress I've got on now, the black and white striped dress. I did buy that yesterday. Now what I said all along was I'm not going to increase my dress number. So if I buy a dress, I'm going to move a dress on. So what I think, I'm going to keep this one. This is a lovely dress. It fits lovely. It's really comfortable. I love the design. And I think, if anything, I'll possibly get rid of the dress that I had on last night, the 1940s style dress, because it was for that specific occasion. And I've done that now, and it'll just sit in my cupboard forevermore if I don't move it on. So I think I'll just move that one on, and then I'll start looking again. I won't go to any charity shops today, I don't think. I think it's going to be too hot to go out today. But I have got Thursday, this coming Thursday, I've got the day off work because I've got to go to Norwich, and this is to see my breast surgeon. It's just a checkup, guys, nothing wrong. And that's about 1:30. I'll have to check on the time, but it's about midday, 1:30 time, I think. So what I'll possibly do is do an early trip to Norwich, catch the park and ride in and go into Norwich and do a little bit of shopping in Norwich, and then get back on the park and ride, get back to the car park, collect my car, and then I'll go to the clinic to see my doctor or my surgeon, and then coming back I might take in Thetford or Diss on the way back, because there's lots of charity shops there. I did a lot the last time I was there, but some of them were closed, and I'd like to nip those in the bud and just finish those ones off. So that might be something I might do on the Thursday. So watch this space. And another thing I've mentioned, and I mentioned this to my partner, I said, oh, as I've got all these lovely dresses, I need to go out. I said, there's no point as having all these lovely clothes and not being able to wear them. I said, I want to go out. And I said, so shall we do something where we have like one day a week where we actually go out for a meal somewhere? And that way we can both get ourselves dressed up. And I think that might happen. That's what I'm going to try anyway. If it gets a bit too expensive, I might have to do it once every 2 weeks or once a month. But yeah, definitely do something on the party dress side and go out and celebrate. My younger sister did something similar to this. she had a really good friend, or has still got a really good friend, and what they do is my sister and her hubby and this other couple will pick a location to go, and they take it in turns. So 1 week or month, I'm not sure how often they do it, let's say it's once a month. So once a month my sister will choose a location, but they have to choose it alphabetically. So they start off with A, and then the following month the other couple choose somewhere and it's got to start with B, and then so on. So they work their way through the alphabet, and they've already done it, they've completed the alphabet and they've started again. And that sounded lovely. Some of the things they told me they'd done or been, it's really lovely, really nice. They had to think out of the box when it came to the Z's and the X's and things like that, but they did. They found an alternative to do. Right, dog's dishes. Oh, yeah, dog's dishes next. So yeah, that might be something I'm going to start thinking about doing. My younger sister did say before she went to Canada, she said, we've got to get together for another walk. And I said, that's fine. And I said, the only problem is, I said, you're always away. She said, no, I'm not. I said, yes, you are. I said, you're going to Canada soon. She went, oh, yes, I am. And she was away before that as well. Her and her hubby went away for a holiday as well. And then she went to Belgium, went to Bruges. I think she won a trip to Bruges, so she went to Bruges. So she's always away. So I did say to her, when you get back from Canada, I said, give me a call and then we'll sort out somewhere to go. We'll sort out a dog walk. Probably taking a river, because my younger sister's got a Labrador, and her Labrador adores water, as most Labradors do. It's a water dog, it just lives in the water. If it's a muddy puddle, it'll be in it. If it's a river, it'll be in it. It just loves water. So my dogs did quite well this morning, because I took them for a walk, and when I got back to the river, it was really hot. They both went straight into the water, and they seem to get a little bit more daring each time, because they're not particularly keen on the water. But I think with it being so hot anyway, I think they just went in just to cool down and have a drink, which is fine. That's why I take in the river, because I know they enjoy it. And they do seem to get a little bit more daring each time. They go a little bit deeper. I haven't had either of them swim yet, and I'm not going to force them into it. I'm just going to let them paddle. But when my younger sister comes out with us, and she's got the Labrador, and the Labrador just jumps in, they're itching to get in as well. But they haven't done it yet. But I think that will probably happen eventually. They will actually start swimming, going in deeper and having a swim. I think the Beagle would love it. I'm not sure about the Scotty. He does paddling fairly deep, but he doesn't go out of his depth. So be interesting how that turns out. Right, let me grab my slow cook, guys. I need to empty that. Right. I'll just put the lid in first, get that soaked. And that's just steam on there, condensation. So just give that a clean. I'll put that on the drainer, then I can clean out the slow cook in the sink, and then I'll use this dirty dishwash water to pour in it as well, and give it a final clean. Well, there's a lovely breeze coming through, and it's going on my feet. I painted my nails, my toenails. When I went out yesterday afternoon, I went to Sudbury with my partner. My partner booked herself in to have her nails done. And so when she came out, she showed me her nails, and I said, right, I said, we need to get nail varnish to match that to do your toenails. So we went to Superdrug in Sudbury, and we got some nail varnish for her. And while we were there, I got some for mine as well, because I had my nails done last Saturday. She had hers done this Saturday. So I found one for my toenails as well. So I painted them this morning when I sat in the front room after I'd got back from my dog walk. I painted my toenails, and I laid on the sofa with the sun on my feet, drying my toenail polish, and they've come out really well. They are a really close match to my fingernails, so I'm happy with that. Right, let's get this one chipped out, guys. This is just soap suds and ex-boiling water. Right, that's gone. Right, now pour this water in out of the bowl, fill it up. Right, there you go. That's on there. Right, here we go. Start cleaning this out. This is the last one to do, then I'm going to have a cup of tea. I think I boiled the kettle, I'm pretty sure I did. So I'm going to have another drink. I'm going to sit in the front room and wait for my partner to eventually come downstairs. They sometimes come downstairs and they hear me making a recording and they don't come in the back here where I am. They go and sneak in the front room and sit there very quietly waiting for me to come back in. Now somebody said, does your partner not get annoyed about you doing all these videos? I have asked her and she said no, she's fine with it. So, but I might be a little bit more cautious and try not to do it too often when she's about. But I do forewarn, if I'm doing a recording, I will say, right, I'm just going into the kitchen to do the washing up, I'll do a recording, and then she knows not to come in. She did do the handbags with me yesterday, and that was really nice, because the handbags are really her collection, and she's been doing this for a while, and she knows all the makes and the values, the good ones to go for. She doesn't go for the silly expensive ones. She keeps them down within a kind of a reasonable budget, and she builds her stock up and then sells them. Obviously makes a little profit, does make a huge profit. She does make a little profit, and she loves doing it. And it's lovely, some of the bags she brings home. And it's lovely because I've never been a handbag person, but I've got a house full of handbags. So if I want to go out and there's a handbag that will go with a particular dress I've got, then I could always just borrow it for that particular event and then put it back into stock when I get back. Make sure I don't damage it, obviously. But yes, so that's really lovely. So I've got a selection of 50 handbags. Yeah, that works really well. I do work with somebody in Cambridge, and she told me she's got 80 pairs of shoes, and I thought, oh my gosh. Yeah, she's got a shoe fetish. I think mine must be a dress fetish. I love dresses, and I seem to try and be going now for something that's a little bit different, as opposed to just a normal plain. I wouldn't class them as boring dresses, but I like something that's got something more to it than just a pleated dress. I like something slightly different. Like this one. This one's lovely. This is like a pleated dress, but it's like, it's difficult to explain. It's almost got like a mesh top with a white material attached to it, and then it's got a black undergarment, and it's really quite trick. I love it, and the fit's perfect. It's so comfortable. Right, I think that will do, guys. Let's rinse this out, then I shall make that cup of tea and go sit in the front room. Right, I'll leave that in the sink just to drain. It's all washed. Right, let's just twist that around just a little bit so I can find there's the towel behind me. It's clouded over a little bit. It's not so sunny now. There is blue sky up there, but it looks a little bit cloudier. Right. It was lovely, some of the messages I got back yesterday when my partner did the talking over the handbags, because she knew what each and every one was. A little bit camera shy to start with, but yeah, she soon got into her rhythm. I think you noticed towards the end, if you watch that video about the handbags, you noticed she was a bit stumbly at the beginning, but as we got further into it, she got more and more confident, which was lovely. And a lot of people have been guessing at her nationality. We've had everything from South African, Australian, New Zealand, so it's quite interesting how people are trying to work out where she's from. I'm not going to tell you. Let's see if you can work it out. somebody came up with something and they were bang on, but I'm not going to say what it was. But they were absolutely bang on. Right, cup of tea, guys. Yes, I did boil it. I need my cup. And then I can make this and go and sit in the front room, guys. Right, my oldest sister is in Ross-on-Wye now. She went on Saturday to Ross-on-Wye. She's there with her fiance for a week, I believe. And my younger sister is in Canada, and she went on Thursday just gone. And I believe she's there for 2 weeks. So just myself, my partner and my parents are the only ones sort of close by at the moment. But yeah, it's good. And I've got another holiday in October, don't forget, and that's when I'm going to do that meet and greet again. I want to do a meet and greet in Sutton Coldfield or Birmingham. And I've got a new member of the group who joined up only the other day, and their name's Lynn. So welcome to the gang, the family, the Sutton Coldfield family. It's lovely to have you aboard. Oh, Sooty's up. Let's see. There's Sooty just at the end of the sofa, just there, look, in the doggy day room. He's just moved. They might be thinking I'm going to get some food, because they do tend, when I'm in the kitchen, they keep their ears peeled to see what I'm up to, because they soon come galloping in if I open the biscuit tin or get the apple pies out. They come galloping in. Right, oh, there we go, guys. Right, let's make that cup of tea. Right, we're there. Right, guys, I'm going to puggle my cup of tea and go and sit myself in the front room. This is that dress I bought from the charity shop yesterday. Can you see the white pattern on it? And that's actually attached to, if I slide the camera down a little bit, it's like on a mesh. So I've got, can you see like the mesh? And the pattern is actually, design is on the mesh, and then it's got a black underskirt. And it's really comfortable, and it looks a bit like a pleated skirt, and it's really light, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And my partner hasn't seen this yet, because my partner's upstairs and I haven't got up yet. So I want to keep it on at least until they get up. I might change for a more summery dress later on, but this is just so comfortable. Right, I'm going to sign out now, guys. Puggle my cup of tea, go and sit in the front room and relax, and I shall speak to you guys a little bit later. Okay, bye-bye.